everyone. Welcome to Jets TV. Please comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well, folks. I want to thank everyone that does watch and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. So without further ado, folks, I want to get into it. I want to talk about it. NFL's coming up, all right? Game time's almost here. Bunch of games we got coming. I want to get right into it, but whoa. Let's wait a second. I hear you guys. I hear what you're saying. I made some picks in week 4. I need to talk about my week 4 recap. I need to talk about the games that I picked and what exactly happened. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First game I covered, Bucks at Bears. Took the Bears in this football game. Got myself a W. Bears beat the Bucks 48-10. Okay, magic's over. Okay, Fitz had a good run, but hey, we all knew it couldn't last an entire season. The Bears defense came to play. Mr. Trubisky looked very solid out there as well. Shout out to Bears fans. You guys got yourselves a W. I took the Bears, and again, I got myself a W as well. I needed that. All right. Next game I covered, Chiefs at Broncos. Took the Chiefs in this football game. Got myself a W. Chiefs beat the Broncos 27-23, man. Patrick Mahomes looked very good. Wasn't like the best night statistically for him, but he just showed the grit and the grind, and in the clutch, he just came up big and made plays, all right? Like, he did everything that it took, from switching the ball to his left hand just to throw a shovel pass out there to get it to a guy to convert. You know, he converted third downs, fourth downs even, to keep drives going so the Chiefs could eventually, punch it in and take the game away. So shout out to the Chiefs fans. You got yourselves a win. I took the Chiefs as well, so I got myself a W too. Last but not least, my favorite game, your favorite game, our favorite game, the Jets game, baby, all right? I talked about it, Jets at Jags. Took the Jags in the football game. Sadly, got myself a W as well. Jags beat the Jets 31-12. Man, listen, this just was a bad game. Like, it was just a bad game. Like, the Jets came out, they looked very flat, unprepared. There was no defensive adjustments. We got beat by like the same shallow cross all night long. It was ridiculous. We gave up 388 yards to Blake Bortles, 500 total yards to the offense. TJ Yeldon was running around like whatever. He ran in on a score, 2 scores, and wasn't even touched. Dede Westbrook just had a day, 130 yards. I mean, it was really bad. Sam was getting banged around. Offensive line couldn't block anybody. Just, what a nightmare, all right? But shout out to Jags fans. You guys got yourselves a win. I took the Jags, sadly. Got myself a W as well. So I'm ready to put that behind me, all right? That is said and done. Week 4 is done. It's time to move into week 5. It's time to talk about week 5 picks, okay? I'm ready to get into it because that week was crap. That is done. Now we're moving forward, all right? It is now time to talk about week 5. And let me go ahead and get into the games I'm going to cover, all right? So first game I want to cover, Rams at Seahawks. Whew. Listen, the Rams are coming in. You know, some people are saying they're the best football team in the entire league. It's hard to argue against it. They look very solid, but they've taken some hits defensively, all right? This defense is still solid, but they've got some guys down and injured. You look at Easley, he's now on the IR for them. Linebacker Mark Barron, he's questionable as well to play this football game. He's dealing with an injury, but it looks like he will play, which is going to be big for them to have him come on in and give his contributions to the football team. You look at their secondary; they've taken some hits too. Aqib Talib, he's on IR, as we all know. There's a calf injury with Peters. Initially, when he went down, a lot of people thought his season was over. But it looks like it's just a calf injury, so he's going to continue to play. Sam Shields has really kind of slid into that role that Aqib Talib was playing and really filled and been pretty solid out there, man. So shout out to Sam Shields doing his thing. You look at the offense on this football team, it is remarkable. I mean, God, the difference that Sean McVay made is absolutely crazy. Goff is looking awesome. This kid is out there making throws. He looks very solid. Todd Gurley, big part of the offense. They're running the ball hard. Cooks, I'm doing his thing as well. Cup, I mean, they got guys out there that are absolutely playing to the wall for McVay, and he's just drawing up some really nice stuff. You look at the Seahawks side of the football. Earl Thomas goes down. He's on IR. Oh man, what a hit to their secondary. The Seahawks have to find a way to stop the run in this football game. Point blank, period. You cannot let Todd Gurley become a big part of this game and just absolutely dominate you. You have to stop him. On the flip side, offensively, you have to figure out a way to protect Russell Wilson, which has been an issue in the past with this offensive line of the Seahawks. Because he's going to get mauled by this front. We all know Aaron Donald and Sue and Brockers. Like, they got guys up front with the Rams where they can absolutely get pressure on you. That's without sending a blitzer. Let's not even talk about when they start sending blitzers. Then things really get complicated for you. They have to make sure that Russell is protected, because if they don't, he's going to get destroyed, and that will turn into turnover because they love to strip sack and they love to put pressure on the QB and force him into really bad decisions. So with all that said, man, I am taking the Rams to win this football game 30-10. Again, I am taking the Rams to beat the Seahawks 30-10. I just think the Rams they're just playing too good right now. They're just too ready, and the Seahawks just don't have enough. So again, I am taking the Rams to win this football game. Next game I want to cover, man, Dolphins at Bengals. Whew. This is going to be a slobber knocker. Okay, this is going to be an absolute slobber knocker. And I'm looking at the Dolphins side of the football right now, and I'm saying, hey, defensively, what is the first thing you got to do in this game? You got to put pressure on Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, we all know Andy Dalton, when pressure is applied to him, he turns the football over. Well, big part of that pressure, Cameron Wake, he's out for the Dolphins in this football game. They still got Quinn, though. He's still a guy that can provide pressure, but man, it would have been a bit better to have Cameron Wake really be a part of the game plan this week, but he's going to be gone. You look at them offensively, you look at the Dolphins offensively and saying to yourself, they got to run the football solidly here too, because this Bengals front will get after you if you just try to step back and throw the ball constantly on them. Kenyon Drake hasn't been that impressive to me, not this season, but Gore has stepped up and taken some snaps as well. He still looks solid. And it's crazy how solidly Frank Gore has played throughout his entire career. Like, for so long, he's been solid for so long. It's just absolutely crazy that you see a guy like him just still able to go out there. I mean, running backs take a lot of hits. They take a lot of punishment on their bodies. He's a guy that continues to just keep on trucking. You look at the Bengals side of the football, though, man. AJ Green, Boyd, you got to get the football in the hands of those guys. John Ross not going to be playing in this football game, but Boyd is a guy that has stepped up and really shown up and shown out. You get the ball in that guy's hands, and he is lightning quick. So they got to make sure to get some routes, get him involved early, because I think he has some favorable matchups with that Dolphins secondary. So with all that said, I am taking the Bengals to win this football game 21-14. I think they pull it out late. I think it's probably a last like 2-minute drive in the fourth quarter, and they get into the end zone, and boom, it's said and done. Even though they're going to be without Giovanni Bernard as well, I think they'll still run the ball pretty decently, because Giovanni's dealing with the injury too. But I think that really what's going to happen is they're going to be able to throw the football around on the Dolphins in this football game. So again, I am taking the Bengals to win this football game 21-14. And last but not least, my favorite game, your favorite game, our favorite game, the Jets game, baby. Broncos at Jets. What a game we got coming up. Listen, you look at the Jets side of the football. I'm going to start with their defense. Marcus May, game time decision. If he does not play, I think it's going to hit our secondary. I think that's definitely going to hurt us. You're either going to have Middleton or Wilcox fill in for that spot. You look at another part of the secondary that I think is going to take a hit too is corner. Tremaine Johnson, out. Not going to be playing. We're probably going to be missing him for a couple weeks as well, because he's going to be dealing with a quadriceps injury. Man, that really hits us, because it's like, okay, what do? Do you put screen on the outside? We've seen that before, and it wasn't so good. He struggles on the outside. So if you're forced to put him on the outside, then who do you have in the nickel? Do you have Perry Nickerson? Is it Derek Jones? Is it Justin Burris? Justin Burris is complete trash. I wouldn't do that. So either you're deciding between Perry Nickerson or Derek Jones. Either way, you're going to have two guys that don't have much experience facing Emmanuel Sanders. And I think that's the guy that's really going to gash us. I think Of course, they're going to have favorable matchups with Demaryius Thomas out there with Buster Screen. You know, when they find ways to match him up with Screen, they're definitely going to attack Screen. But Emmanuel Sanders in the slot is electric, man. He's a quick guy. He runs solid routes. They get the ball in his hands, and boom, he is gone. It's a quick six. And like I said, with these two guys, you know, whether it be Derrick Jones or Perry Nickerson, matching up with him, it's definitely in their favor. You look at the defense of the Broncos, they got pass rushers, man. They got Chubb, they got Von Miller, who's probably the best pass rusher in the game. Even though he's a little nicked up, he's still going to play. So he's still going to be out there. And then they also have Shane Ray, too. I mean, our offensive line has struggled to protect Sam pretty much damn near all season outside of the Lions game. And here we have another team, you know, coming into town ready to go with guys that can get after Sam. Jeremy Bates has got to draw up a very solid offensive plan to make sure that Sam doesn't get his head knocked off in this football game. You know, when is Kurtz going to get more involved within this offensive game plan too? I want to see his number get called early and often. Let's put the ball in this guy's hands. But again, I think it all starts with protecting Sam up front, whether it be 2 tight end sets or 3 tight end sets or whatever the hell you got to do to make sure that Sam isn't taking the same shots that he was taking in that damn Jaguars game. That dude was getting lit up, and that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Sterling is also out as well, so that hits our tight ends. I'm hoping that Leggett, Herndon, you know, Tomlinson, one of these dudes can step up and just consistently catch the football, because Sam's going to need that quick relief valve, because I don't think we're going to get too many deep shots here, because deep shots require, you know, solid blocking for quite a long time. And we haven't done that all season. That's why I think it's so tough to really get Robbie a part of the offense, because Robbie really is the guy that's going to take the top off our defense, take the top off your defense. He's our deep shot guy. But when you can't get into a deep drop because guys can't block for that long, it's hard to really, you know, keep him a part of the offense. So maybe we can find other ways to get Robbie to become a part of this offense. Maybe some quick slants, something to get the ball in his hands so that we can allow his speed and athleticism to do the rest of the work. I also want to see in this football game, Todd Bowles has got to step up, man. He's got to step up. The heat is hot under his seat, all right? But the heat is hot under his seat, and nobody's playing with him anymore. This fan base is in an uproar, especially after seeing what we've been seeing this season. I've been talking about it since he's been here, since year 2. The issues with the defensive game plan, the issues with the defensive adjustments or lack of defensive adjustments during the actual game has been astounding, and it's always been like that. Not just that, but the horrible in-game decisions, the bad game management. He has yet to figure out how to truly manage a football game, and I think fans are tired of it, and I've been tired of it as well. So, you know, you got fans now that are calling for his head during the season. There's some fans that are saying they want him fired right now. I don't think the Jets will do that. That's why I'm not saying, you know, that, hey, let's can him right now. But listen, if things don't change, I think at the end of the season, he'll find himself gone. And you know, this is where he's got to turn around and he's got to step it up, because this is a team that's coming to town and they're ready to go. And they're not going to play any games. And if the team is not prepared, if you do not make adjustments, if you do not make, you know, very good in-game decisions, they will blow your doors off and not even think twice about it. Because this is a football team that also can run the football as well with, you know, the backs that they have. You know, Lindsey especially, that guy is absolutely crazy. He's just a speed guy. So you get the football in his hands, boom, man. If he hits a hole and he is gone. So we got to be prepared and ready defensively, and our offense has to be able to consistently, you know, move the chains and put up points. We can't play around here. So we get blown out at home, it's going to be an issue. So with all that said, I am taking the Denver Broncos to win this football game 24-10. 24-10, I'm taking the Broncos. I think this is a game where we don't come out and look incompetent. We don't come out and look crazy. I think we look prepared. I think we look ready, but we just get beat by a team that's more talented than us, which is fine. We're in the second year of a rebuild, but I think this rebuild in particular, the rebuild's about the roster. It's not about the coaching staff, okay? The coaching staff already should, you know what they need to do and understand the direction where they're going, the football team. Their game plans, all that stuff should be intact. The rebuild is about these young kids getting better every single week, even though, again, they're young players, they're going to make mistakes. So we all understand that. And I think that this is just, again, a game where we're coming in and they're just a better football team. They have better players, and they beat us that way. So, again, I am taking the Broncos to win this football game 24-10. So with all that said, please comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well. If you watch and share my videos, you folks are the absolute best. Sit down with a beverage, enjoy yourselves with your families, have some pizza, have whatever it is that you eat, and just enjoy yourselves, all right? Football's here, and it's time for fun. So with all that said, folks, you guys have a good day. Peace.